911 emergency, what are you reporting?
Welcome, everyone, to another great episode of We Speak Dispatch.
Woo!
Here we are. Everybody is fired up because this is fill in the blank. National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week, Dispatch Appreciation Week, National Telecommunicator, whatever you call it. This is our week to celebrate everyone who's on this podcast and everyone who's listening. So thank you. We've got our usual suspects. We've got Doug, we've got Glenna, we've got Joe, we've got Jill, and we've got two great guests today. So we've got Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
And we have James. Hey, James.
Hi, James.
So today we thought, because in honor of Dispatch Appreciation Week, or whatever you call it at your agency, we wanted to get an opportunity to say, hey, what's one thing that you're proud of from being in this job or doing this job? What's one thing that you want to leave a legacy if this is maybe your last telecommunicator week? So we'll start with our guests. So Michelle, I'm going to put you on the spot first.
Wow, right away.
There we go. For it today.
No hints from anybody else.
That's right. Nope, we're just jumping in.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, I think starting out in my career, coming from large fire agency here in Southern California, starting out, a lot of my prideful moments came from like killing it with those busy fires, and we're flying the aircraft. We are doing it, and as my career progressed and I went into a supervisory role, my sense of pride changed a little bit. And that was, I felt pride in the success of others. And, I had the opportunity to teach in the New Hire Academy and help them feel prepared and empowered to do well at our job. And just in life in general, I never passed up an opportunity to help someone feel empowered. And that's where I felt proud. Those aha moments.
Awesome.
Wow.
I love that.
Very good, Michelle.
Wow. That's fantastic.
It's like
okay,
you didn't
James.
even rehearse that. Just came out of the
I know.
Wow.
That's a tough act to follow.
It is. That's exactly what I was thinking as I was listening. It's like, oh boy. So I guess one of the proudest moments of my career is something that I think we've all tried to achieve, but you're not sure if we're going to have that kind of impact. Was receiving my agency's life-saving award for for a child choking in the backseat of a car. I was able to get the mom to stop because her intention was to drive all the way to the hospital. I got her to stop, get the child out of the car seat, and start giving her CPR instructions. And between my efforts and the patrolmen and EMTs on the scene, the child has survived. It's probably like a third or fourth grader by now.
Wow.
That's cool.
And then the other big accomplishment that I'm really excited about and proud of is the reaction from the dispatchers from across New Jersey when we got our bill to recognize us as first responders passed, and that was signed January 18th of this year.
Yay,
That's
good
awesome.
job.
Yes.
That's good.
Congratulations.
That's huge.
I love that.
That's good stuff.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Miss Glenna.
Okay, well,
No
two
pressure.
very hard acts to follow. So law enforcement only here. And let me just say real quick, I love the fact that they recognize the dispatcher with the life-saving award, because who is the literally first responder right there.
Yeah.
You literally started the ball rolling and you literally saved that child's life before anybody else even got on scene. So good job. That's amazing.
Amazing. It's amazing.
So my proudest moment as a dispatcher, I think, was we had an active shooter, and so many things happened that day. It was just such a stressful day, but it was a day where I just said, this is my career now. This is who we are, and this is freaking awesome. I didn't say the F word. I know this is the most awesome feeling to be a part of, literally saving people's lives, being the first part of it.
Yeah.
It was just, for the longest time, it was just myself, my two partners, and those officers on scene, and it was like a symphony. And we were the conductors and they were the musicians. And when I went home that night, we all know I'm emotional. So when I went home that night and I cried, it wasn't because of the stress, probably was, but it was because I was a part of this huge community where we literally saved people's lives. And for the first time as an adult, I thought, I'm actually making a difference. I'm doing something. And that was huge. And then along same lines as Michelle, I am a new supervisor, and I can't tell you how proud I am of our dispatchers. I talk about them any chance we get to anybody that will listen. I love the work they do. And I am so proud of the caliber of person, both professionally and personally, that we have in our dispatch center. So my dispatchers make me a very proud supervisor.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
That's all I got.
I want to work for Glenna.
That's
All right. So, Joe,
Learn
I
from
know 'cause-
somebody maybe on this podcast.
yeah, wow.
so Joe is under the time table, so want to make sure that we have Joe give him an opportunity. What about you? What's I know Joe, so I know some of his accomplishments. I'm interested to hear that thing.
Yeah, for me, the thing that makes me the most proud is whenever the staff accomplishes something major. I like to be proud of my staff. They definitely do a great job. We're a busy center in the state of Iowa, and we have low staffing. So I could go on and on about stories with them, but this one I'm going to share, and there's plenty of stories to share about my current staff. It goes back to my old agency, where they took a call where a person that worked at the law enforcement agency called the 911 center and ended up killing his wife and himself and the child and the dog. And so the sheriff had called me at home and said, you need to get to that agency and you need to staff it. So I went to a small agency I didn't work at. And this was before TERT teams and tactical response teams and all this other stuff. And I walked in and got to know these people. And then our dispatchers went and staffed that agency so that they could attend critical incident debriefings, wakes, funerals, the whole 9 yards. And they were our backup center. So I looked at it as an opportunity for us to train and learn about what we would do if we had to evacuate to their center, and said I would originally pay them out of the training overtime budget. And then our commission that approves payroll denied that request because we were not working in our county. And so only thing that they got was just a thank you. But Iowa APCO stepped up and recognized them as team of the year. And not one time did any one of those dispatchers say it was about the money. And so the thing that I'm most proud of is understanding dispatchers around the nation, because all dispatchers in my mind are just like them, including my staff that I have now. And any dispatcher that I know would step up and do that in a time of need for not only their own agency, but any agency that they surround or work with, or even abroad.
Amen.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
What a powerful story.
I know. You gave me chills.
Yeah.
No, you gave me chills.
All right, Doug. We've only got 10 minutes.
I understand that. So let me start at the
Okay.
beginning, and I'll tell the story. It's in 5 parts, and we got no. I'm just kidding.
When dirt was new and there were these big stone tablets with a chisel.
This guy worked with named Moses. It's like whatever. So let me tell you, I've been putting some stuff together. I'm considering writing a book, and so I'm like putting some stuff together in my career, and I find some things that are pretty proud. But I'll tell you one thing that sticks out that really just blew me away is sometimes, and I know most of us that have taught before, we'll leave a class thinking, oh God, that didn't go well at all. Nobody got nothing. Oh Jesus, here we go. So several years ago, my friend Sylvia calls me and says, hey, Doug, are you on this Facebook page? And I'm like, no. And so she goes, get on it. So I jumped on this Facebook page real quick, and I'm watching it, looking, and I'm like, what am I looking for? She goes, look at this thing. It says like, who changed my life? So I'm going down the thing, and there's a Facebook comment from some girl said, hey, Doug doesn't know it yet, but he came to our class, taught a CTO class. I was considering quitting that afternoon, but I decided not to. And now I'm in charge of the training unit. And I'm like,
Oh,
I don't even know who she is.
Wow.
I have no idea who she is. And I
Good on you.
immediately friended her going, I don't remember this situation. So, and she was explaining the whole thing. And I'm like, I have no idea about that. But just the knowing that sometimes we don't even think about the impact we make on people. Something we're leaving in somebody. When we walk out that door, we could be thinking, nobody got it. It's terrible. But you'd never know. And that one to me is always like, it just shows like the power of talking to people and really showing things. So that's a big one to me. Is a big one. So.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and okay, so I'm listening to everybody's story and everybody to a person. Oh, sorry, Jill. Jill's back. She disappears and then she's back. Okay,
Now
sorry,
she's
Jill.
She's gonna drop the F word here in a minute too. Go ahead.
I know. So we
Boom.
It's going to be real quick. It's outside of the comm center. After we left, long story short, our training company is my proudest moment in communications and public safety. I never thought that I would have a nationally known training company and having states from all over the country reach out to us for training and reaching out to us because they know Doug and they know his reputation and they want our training specifically. That is my proudest.
That's
I get
awesome.
to, even though I'm not in the comm center anymore, I get to teach those who, well, I don't, but I get to facilitate classes to those who are still in the comm center, and I'm just super proud of all that.
Wow.
I love that.
I heard the
amazing.
CEO
Yeah.
is really good though. That's what I heard.
again, we've only got a few minutes left. I just think
Yeah.
that it's amazing that every single person on here, the biggest and proudest moment that they had was how they could help other people. And that just is a testament to
Yeah.
the fiber of all of our beings, that's why we do this job. It's not for, oh, I'm going to get, snacks this week because it's National Telecommunicator Week or whatever. It's because I get to make a difference. And I think, and, I want to hear from Michelle, want to hear from James, everybody, if we've got enough time, but how do you, because we know we've got people who are listening to this podcast this week who may not be working at agencies where they have the support from either their command staff or their supervisor staff. What do you say to those centers when it is so sometimes disheartening because they're not getting that recognition? How would you promote this feeling of, oh man, we're in this together?
Definitely don't I got one. As soon as she said that, don't underestimate the power of building each other up.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to come from the top. It's really discouraging, but you can support each other and recognize each other and empower each other. And don't underestimate that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Amen.
and take the initiative. It doesn't have to be the supervisor. It doesn't have to be, the chief of police doing it. You can do it yourselves. Matter of fact, before coming on the show, I just got back from a lot of the boardwalk stores, and our theme tonight for opening up National Telecommunicator Week is boardwalk celebration. So Mako Pizza, it's a famous boardwalk pizza in the Jersey Shore, where I bought 2 pies that will be delivered for the crew that I'm working with. I got some black and gold tablecloths to decorate the tables, and
Nice.
water
that's
ice
cool.
and some ice cream, the famous orange and vanilla swirl ice cream. So that's what we're going to have dinner and dessert on Jim.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Oh, very
What
nice.
time's
Good
that
job,
start,
Jim.
What time's that start? Because I'm wondering if I can get.
Yeah, no kidding.
I get a
Top
quick
flight in
flight.
New Jersey.
You got 2 hours to get to Atlantic City, New Jersey.
I thought when he said the Jersey Shore, I thought they were going to talk about they went to the gym, tan, and laundry or something. It was the whole thing.
It's all about Johnson's popcorn and.
Oh my!
That
Wow.
is so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's
And
very
I had somebody reach out not too long ago and say one of the biggest things that made an impact for them was not necessarily all the big gifts, but to Michelle's point, one of their coworkers had spent time writing handwritten cards to each one of their partners saying, hey, we don't work together all that much, or maybe we do, but I just wanted to say thank you because I know that when it hits the fan, it's going to be taken care of because I know that you're sharing a center with me. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Really cool stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This is very nice.
I know.
Now I'm feeling all like, warm and cuddly.
Warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, before you go, talk.
Talk. Okay, I'm going to talk about something according to Glenna.
We were a dog or something. Speak.
I'm going to go for something. I think I know what Glenna wants. Maybe we're in over 30 different countries. We're nearing 12,000 plays. Excellent guests like Michelle, James, and we got a great crew ourselves. To everybody listening that's on this show right now, happy National Telecommunicator Week to you as well. And everybody out there that listens to us, thanks for listening. Celebrate. You all earn it. And happy National Telecommunicator Week to everybody. Leslie, take us away for the closing.
Yay.
I don't know that I can follow that, Joe. Thank you to every single one of you who is listening to this, who is going to work, who is getting off work, who is listening to this on their break. We appreciate you. We celebrate you, and we honor you for the tough work that you do every single day. So Thank you. Have a great week.
Hey, this is Jill, and you've been listening to another great episode of We Speak Dispatch, proudly sponsored by our friends at Zybex.